Okay, perfect. So to open your assessment, to look in and see what's there, like what applicants live there, all you need to do is click the name of the assessment and you'll be brought to this page. So you'll see a couple of things here. You'll see here that we have like just an explanation of what you're looking to bring in into your cohort. So this is just called your cohort vision. It's the same for every program as well. It was something that was worked with when you first onboarded with Kira. But under here, you'll see where all of your applicants live. So you'll see they're broken into different sections. The first is all, and what all is every single applicant you've invited to Kira, whether they've completed it or not. So if they've completed it, if they've not completed it, if they're in progress, they all live under this all section. But you can see what way they're broke up then. So you can see who's completed it. You can see that no one is currently in progress. What in progress means they've gone in and maybe practiced or they're currently doing it right now. Or you'll see if they're not started it at all. So that was one from, I think it was from the last day that I hadn't started previously. So they'll all live in different sections as well. The next section you'll see here is unassigned. And this will have every single applicant that has completed with Kira that has not been assigned to someone to review or has not been reviewed at all. So every applicant that will sit in this section will live here. You will see if people are currently in review. So these 4 applicants are currently in review right now, which means that someone has come in and maybe one person has reviewed them and one hasn't. Maybe one person has reviewed 3 of the questions and not all of them, but they'll be in review when they're in that process of it. In reviewed section, that means the applicant has been fully reviewed by whoever it's been assigned to as well. And the final section will be assigned to you. And again, your assigned to you is broke up into unreviewed and reviewed. And assigned to you is anyone that you have either assigned to yourself or who someone else has assigned to you. So one thing to note about Kira is you can have, so if any of you decide to join today, to join the platform today, and you have 10 faculty that you'd like to include to review all your applicants, what we will do is add these faculty as reviewers, and you will assign them applicants to review. So they won't have access to come in and view any applicant they want. They'll have to be assigned applicants to review, but so they won't be able to change anything in your assessment or anything like that. But it's really helpful for if you're trying to involve them in the review stage, but you don't want to have to go through a training process or go through a stage where they have access to do everything. We'll be able to sign them up as reviewers, and you can choose who you want that to be with as well. That'll be something you'll work between myself and Liz with as well. So I'm just going to come back. Sorry,
by the way, yeah, I have a question here. Sorry to disturb you.
No, of course.
Just like you said, assigned to somebody. Just like I'm a graduate coordinator in my department. Now
Yeah.
I have got different areas in our civil engineering. Now, if I want to assign only particular, because I will find out those applicants where it belongs, which area it belongs, and then can I assign individually, pick and choose, or I don't have that possibility of pick and choose the person and assign with a different person?
So you can I'm just going to show you the couple of ways you can assign now.
Okay.
You can definitely assign individually, or you can assign via bulk, which means it would be randomized to who it's assigned to, but you choose your reviewers. The downside of assigning individually is it's just a little bit more manual work for you. But if you assign it on bulk, it's not. But it's still very, very simple. It doesn't take ages or anything like that. But I'll show you that now.
Okay, thank you.
And I'll chime in just really quick. Dr. Shrestha, we make the Kira assessments based on plan. So you'll want separate ones for civil, transportation,
right,
MS, and PhD. And then say you have say I'm a faculty member in transportation, and you only want me to see transportation, we can just give certain faculty access to that assessment. But say I'm transportation and civil, I can go in and I can have access to both. Okay. So we can really just line up the access however you want based on the user.
Okay, that's good. Thank you.
Yeah, exactly. Literally, depending once the assessments are broke up, then you can just give access to whatever they need then. And then when you're within, sorry, is there any more questions before I go into the show and the assign inside? Okay, so when you're in here, there's a couple of ways you can assign your applicants to people to review or to review them yourselves. So when you're in this part that's called unassigned, that is that all those applicants that have completed their assessment but have not yet been reviewed by anyone. So if you had 50 applicants sitting in here, for example, and you wanted to assign them all at once, but you didn't want to have to go through it one by one and select 2 people to review them, what you would do is you'd see this drop down menu at the top here. You can assign all, or you can select the first 50 to assign. For example, if we're going to click assign all, which is only 1 right now, what we can do is click in on the number of reviewers we want to review this one applicant. So this is where we mentioned about the faculty. They can be a reviewer here, and you can select them to review certain applicants. So that's where you can do it here. So for example, I'm just going to select Christine and then Kate as reviewers here. So we want the 2 of them to review these applicants. So you just clicked on them. But for example, if you selected Christine by accident, all you need to do is click on it again and it will untick it as well. So now we have 2 reviewers selected to review this applicant. How many reviewers do you want per applicant is up to you. We usually recommend, and this might be something you have internally as well, Liz, we usually recommend that every applicant gets at least 2 reviewers, just so you get a really well-rounded review on this applicant rather than just one person looking at it too. But you can have up to 10 reviewers per applicant, or even more. It goes up to 32 there. So for now, let's just say we want 2 reviewers per applicant. Before you click the assign button, you will be told each reviewer will be assigned 1 applicant approximately. If there was 50 here, it would be split evenly between them, depending on how many reviewers per applicant you have as well. And once you click assign, that person will be assigned to send people to review as well. So that's one way you can assign people to review. That's like the easiest way if you have like 50 applicants. But if you have only like 5 or 6 in here and you're checking it every day and you don't want to do that part, you know who you want to select to review different people. If you look at the applicant here, you'll see a little plus button. Once you click the plus button, we'll see here the names pop up. And once you click it, I'll put down Cara as well. You'll see that they have both been assigned to review this applicant now. If you click a name by accident and unclick it within 30 minutes, that reviewer will not get an email. So when you assign someone to review applicants, we have like a 30-minute window where we don't actually email the reviewers to say they've been assigned people, just to give you that room for that little bit of error in case you assign someone by accident. So like every time as a reviewer, they will always get emailed when they have been assigned applicants to review. So they're not going to need to keep coming in and checking on Kira. They'll see that every time they come in here, that they will have someone to review as well, just via email. Any questions on that part? Yes, and one good point as well that Liz just wrote in there as well is you'll only be able to see the users that you have access to in your list as well. So again, this is going to be dependent on who you're going to add in here to review.
Okay, I have a question. This means that if I, just like, Elizabeth was talking about, if I have a group of 1 transportation, then when I make a, file for interview file like this, then I can only assign those, 3, 4 my faculty there so that other people cannot access that transportation, interview. Is that right?
Yeah. So you have, if you assign them people to review within this, then they can only see the assessment. You will see a list of names here always. So you're always going to see everyone who signed up as a reviewer. They mightn't be under your actual program, but once you select the people who are under your program from this list, they'll get an email and they will only see what you have selected them to see. They will not see anything else.
Okay, thank you.
Yeah. So it's you can very much limit who sees what. There's no issue of like other faculty being able to come in and change anything, because they, as a reviewer, they have limited access. All they can do is come in and review applicants whom they have been assigned. if they've been assigned no one, when they come into that landing page with the open and close assessments, it'd be completely blank. Does that answer your question? Okay, perfect. So finally, the final way, and this is only if, for example, if you're just reviewing all the applicants yourself, you only want to put like 20 through it, so you're not going to get faculty involved. The final way you can come in and pretty much assign an applicant to yourself is just click on their name and open their review and begin reviewing. So once you click on that, you will automatically start reviewing yourself there. This would be like, only if you're doing like a couple of reviews yourself is your only time you're ever going to really use that feature. Most of the time you're going to be probably assigning other people to do. But once you come in here and click any kind of rating, it will assign it to yourself as well.